like, whoa man, where are we? What's going on here? Hey man, we're here to geocache. Come on, let's get this show on the road.
Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 125 of our trip around the United States. This morning we're getting things kicked off here at Arcola at the Hippie Memorial. And there is exactly one geocache in town, and it's about a foot from me right now. And it's a good one too, or at least the memorial's a good one. The geocache was quite difficult to find, and it was pushed a little too far in its hiding place and took some retrieval tools to get to. But we made it happen, and now we're ready to hit the road and get our miles started. For today, we have a 280-mile day. From Arcola, we're going to be handling what's left of the eastern side of Illinois before we work our way down to the very southern tip. And today is a big day. No, today is a huge day. It is the biggest day of the trip that we'll have yet. We have Natural Arch Bridge coming up, a covered bridge coming up, lots of favorite caches, and some big targets. I can't wait to show you. So come on, let's make this thing happen. Come on, let's go.
Arcola is home to many things, including the one and only Hippie Memorial in the world. The project was created by Bob Mumon, best described as a patriotic thorn in the side of the powers that be. The 62-foot-long mural has 1 foot to represent each year of Bob Mumon's life. The first 26 feet include the Great Depression, World War II, and the 1950s hypocrisy. The more colorful middle section represents the Kennedy years and the coming of the hippies. The last 18 feet are embedded with plain rusted scrap to represent the small-mindedness that had returned in the 80s. But his memorial will stand on as a tribute to the Day of the Hippies. Every year, Arcola also celebrates its heritage as the Broomcorn capital of the world with the renowned annual Broomcorn Festival. During the event, visitors can participate in broom-related events, 5Ks, 10Ks, and a giant parade. But perhaps the thing that Arcola is most well known for is being the birthplace of David Butler, the creator of Raggedy Ann. This rag doll was patented over 100 years ago and has touched the hearts and minds of millions of children. In 2002, Raggedy Ann was elected to the National Toy Hall of Fame and is joined by Raggedy Andy 5 years later in 2007. And there in the National Toy Hall of Fame, they will remain together forever. From Arcola, we slid into Paris. No, not the one with the Eiffel Tower, and paid a visit to the American Legion building. Here we got our morning pep-up on military displays. And while the 2 artillery pieces and the anchor were a nice touch, we were definitely here to see the shooting star. The Lockheed P-80 was the first jet fighter used operationally by the United States Air Force during World War II. And once we got into Marshall, we would end up spending our whole morning there. At first glance on the map, Marshall, the county seat of Clark County, does not seem too big with a population of only around 4,000. But this little town has gone above and beyond to create an atmosphere that both welcomes and intrigues visitors. One of the first things you'll notice as you make your way around town is that there are lion statues everywhere. These fun and whimsical statues were created with the help of the Gaslight Art Colony, a local organization dedicated to promoting art awareness and participation. The lion is the mascot for the town, and the lion statues spread all around exude the martial spirit. Each and every single one of these proud and majestic creations has been crafted just for Marshall and decorated to fit the theme within the community. In total, there are now 40 of these statues spread around town, creating the perfect scavenger hunting opportunity for geocachers who love to find things. And as you can tell, I thoroughly enjoyed hunting for the lions. So much so, in fact, that I skipped several geocaches in pursuit of the lions and ended up having to backtrack to come find them, maybe just a few feet away from a couple of them. But I just could not seem to bring myself to walk away without having seen every lion around. Visiting each of these statues is also a good opportunity to get to know the town, since each lion is decorated in a way that best represents the business or organization that it stands guard in front of. These lions are most certainly not the stopping place for art within the city, though. In fact, while I was there were a couple of painters hard at work getting ready for Christmas. They had art supplies laid out on the table and brushes in hand, moving from one building to the next, decorating each of the windows. With Marshall arranged around a town square like a lot of the older Illinois towns are, you can see most of this standing from within the courthouse area. And as you make your way around the town, there are many little secrets to discover between each nook and cranny. Each time we finished playing around the area, we found ourselves returning to the courthouse, where they host a fantastic Veterans Memorial. Completed in 2003, this memorial consists of 5 markers at its center, with 2 pieces flanking on each side, in remembrance of the fallen and our POWs and MIAs. The young Abraham Lincoln was also known to have practiced law right here at the Marshall Courthouse. But Marshall's impact on the art world extends well beyond the land of Lincoln. In the summer of 2016, over 150 artists from Canada, England, and Australia descended upon the town to create 16 murals. This group is known as the Wall Dogs, including sign painters, graphic artists, and other talented artists who reunite every year to entertain and transform communities. And if you are ever fortunate enough to be able to visit Marshall, your very first stop should be the Chamber of Commerce office. Here you can pick up a brochure that includes the history of each mural, a map of the town, and a list of the many hidden items that you can find, because there are way more than I could show you here.
The world's largest gavel. But this is only the starting plate. Just wait, we're gonna head down the road and it's gonna get even better from here. Come on, let's go.
On the way to our next stop, we crossed an old stone arch bridge which was completed in 1837. And as if that wasn't already enough, then we got to pass through the covered Auburn Bridge as well, which led us straight into the Martinsville Veterans Memorial Park. Erected in 1999, this memorial is in memory of all veterans who served their country with courage and honor. And while not quite a freedom rock, we still really enjoyed getting to check out this painted rock here at the memorial, because we appreciate art in all forms and varieties, including those that appear as geocaches. Because coming up with a creative hide is truly a work of art.
Now I realize it's only November, but especially since I already saw people decorating for Christmas, it is definitely starting to feel a lot like Christmas. And of course, it would include a giant rubber duck.
Oh, that was just so much fun. I think we should go try that again. Maybe we can hunt down just one more ammo can while we're here in town. And a pile of unnaturally arranged sticks always gets my attention and lets me know that there is probably a prize waiting just underneath them. It really never gets old finding an ammo can filled with swag like this. Here in Martinsville, we also get a small taste of what's going to be coming up in part 2 of this episode. So wish us luck as we visit the world's largest horseshoe. Or at least it was for a time before it lost the record. It's still pretty big though. The coolest place in this town though is hidden just off the edge of the map. The Woodlands features all kinds of interesting toys to play on, including 200-foot double zip lines and this rocking 90-foot slide. And since all of the children were busy in school learning, I had the park all to myself to play and enjoy. Oh man, this is a long, high slide. That was so much fun, I think we'll go ahead and do that one more time. Here we go!
Whoa. Yeah.
No matter what age you are, it is important to let your inner child out to play sometimes.